All right, let's get right into it. Today we're pulling back the curtain on the mental models, the ways of thinking that the world's most successful people all seem to share. We're going to look at the core principles that really separate the good from the great. So, what if I told you that incredible success isn't some secret locked away in a vault? What if it's actually a system, a replicable playbook for how to think and operate? Not a magic trick, but a mental blueprint that, honestly, anyone can start to use. That's what we're going to unpack today. Okay, so the first principle is all about perception. This isn't just about having one clever idea. It's about building a fundamentally different way of seeing the world, of seeing problems and opportunities compared to pretty much everyone else. And you can see the difference right here. It's night and day. Conventional wisdom says, hey, follow the best practices. But this blueprint, it's all about what they call an anti-herd mentality. You know, if someone in a meeting says, well, that's how we've always done it. For these thinkers, that's not a reason to continue. It's a huge red flag. It's the moment they lean in and ask, okay, but why? This right here is one of the key tools in their toolbox. It's called second order thinking. It's not just asking, okay, if we do this, what happens next? It's about asking, and then what? And what happens because of that? So think about AI. The first order thought is, oh no, it's going to replace jobs. The second order thought is, okay, but what brand new industries, what new needs, what new jobs will pop up because of that massive shift? They're always playing chess, thinking several moves ahead. And this is that mindset in the real world. A perfect example. The entire industry, the consensus was screaming, it's impossible. But these kinds of thinkers, they don't listen to the crowd. They actively search for that one person, that one little piece of data that says, but what if it's not? It's about having the courage to bet on the thing that could change everything. Okay, moving on to our second principle. And this one is a total reframing of a term we all think we know, hard work. For most people, that word brings up images of pain, of grinding it out, of suffering. But for the highest performers, it's something else entirely. The founders of Home Depot, they famously said that building their empire wasn't a soul-crushing burden. They literally called it an exciting adventure that they were having fun with. I mean, think about that shift. What one person sees as a mountain of unbearable labor, another sees as the ultimate game. And this maniacal passion creates a ridiculous competitive advantage. Arnold Schwarzenegger wasn't just enduring 5-hour workouts. He loved every single minute of it. So of course he was doing double the work of his competitors. To him, it was pure joy. Or look at someone like CrossFit champion Matt Frazier. For him, that level of insane passion wasn't even the secret to winning. It was just the price of admission. It was the bare minimum you needed just to show up. So you've got a unique way of seeing the world, and you've got this insane work ethic. But all that energy is completely useless if it's scattered in 100 different directions. And that brings us to principle number 3, the superpower of extreme, almost ruthless focus. Peter Thiel talks about this being the key to PayPal's early survival. Instead of every manager having a list of 10 priorities, they each had one, just one. The entire company's energy was aimed like a laser at solving the single biggest problem right in front of them. It's all about concentrated force, not spreading yourself thin. And here's just a beautifully simple and brutal way to put this into practice. Warren Buffett's method is famous for a reason. You list your top 20 goals or priorities. You circle the most important one, and then you cross out the other 19. And here's the kicker. Those 19 things are not your do-it-later list. They are now your avoid-at-all-costs list. They are the distractions that will stop you from achieving the one thing that truly matters. You can think of it like this, the lion mentality. A lion doesn't waste energy chasing every little rabbit it sees. No, it spends long periods of time just calmly observing, waiting, conserving its strength. And then, when the perfect, high-value opportunity appears, it unleashes an enormous, decisive, overwhelming burst of focused energy to take it down. Observing and focusing are absolutely critical, but they mean nothing if you don't actually pull the trigger. And that action, that execution, it has to be fast and it has to be flexible. And that is our fourth principle. And there are two key ideas here that are really two sides of the same coin. First is sunk cost immunity. That's the ability to just walk away from a project that isn't working without any emotional attachment to the time or money you've already put in. You just cut it. The other side is mental liquidity. This is the ability to walk into a meeting completely convinced you're right, hear new data, and walk out with the exact opposite opinion and feel great about it. It's about valuing finding the right answer over being right. 70%. That's the number. According to Jeff Bezos, that's how much information you need to make a high-quality decision. Because if you wait until you have 90% or 100% of the information, you're already too late. Someone else has already made a move. In a fast world, being slow is often the single riskiest decision you can make. And if you want to see what this kind of speed looks like in the wild, look no further than David Rubenstein, the co-founder of the Carlyle Group. People say he's like a shark. He just never stops moving. His ability to respond to an email or a call almost instantly is what gets him access to deals and opportunities that other people, the ones who take a few days to reply, never even see. Speed literally creates opportunity. So we have seen the world differently, redefining hard work, focusing with intensity, and acting with incredible speed. But here's the thing, the real magic, the real secret sauce happens when you realize these principles don't just add up one by one, they compound on each other. Tony Robbins calls it the power of proximity, and it's so true. What you feed your mind directly influences what you see and what you do. When you constantly surround yourself with the ideas of top performers, whether that's through mentors, masterminds, or even just by reading their books, it fundamentally changes what you believe is possible and what actions you're willing to take. And this is how it all starts to stack up. Your extreme focus and your speed build you a superior reputation. That reputation opens the door to a powerful network. That network, in turn, brings you the best deals and opportunities first. See how that works? Each layer isn't just added on top. It's built on the foundation of the last, making the whole structure stronger and stronger. And this right here might be the single most important point of all. These advantages are not additions. They are multipliers. It's not 1 + 1 + 1. It's an exponential curve where success builds more success, creating a momentum that becomes almost unstoppable. So I'll leave you with this question. As you look at this blueprint, seeing what others don't, redefining your relationship with hard work, mastering extreme focus, acting with speed and agility, which piece of it are you going to build with first? Which one of these mental models can you start putting into practice today?